What's up, David? Congrats on pick number 1. I feel bad, but I can't do it tomorrow. Unless we would have did a slow draft. I'm looking for something and I can't find it. Of course. All right. I have to make sure that I pay attention to the draft pick. I need to edit the sound so I can hear, so I can pay attention to the draft while also playing this game against Mr. Duvid. Hopefully we can get a win. If we get a win, we'll have won 3 in a row. I didn't see that with Florida State. Not gonna lie. That Bama win actually has me kind of excited for their future. If they have a good season, this team is due for an upgrade. And then I'll be in a good spot for potentially season 2. Oh, Goon doesn't want to take McCaffrey. Boo. All right. Let's see if David's ready. What's up, CG? Let's see if Florida State's offense looks a little more, I don't know, not trashy. I swear, I could just never have a normal season. I get blown out by somebody at least once a season, except for 2 seasons in the NDL. One of my losses is a big beatdown. And then most of my games are down to the wire. So it's fun to watch. Not exactly the funnest thing to play in because it seems to be stressful, you know? But prayer. Do I even have Duvid on my friends list? I don't think I do. I only have room for so many Yankee fans on here, I guess. Oh, no, I do have them. I don't even know when I added them. All right. Let's go ahead and send it. This should be fun. It's my first time playing against David. I've got to see a couple of his games. We'll see how this goes. He does need to. We'll both be distracted by the draft. We could use that as our excuse if we lose. I don't need that up anymore. Is he on? Probably gonna have to send another invite. That's okay. Oh, I did tell him, David, so I don't know if he's gonna pop in. Not sure where he is. Just waiting to see when he responds so we can get our game in. Oh, said he lost track of time. All right. What auto draft? I know, right? Imagine. I'm just gonna queue my pick. A dude that's headed online. Now. Guess it's an excuse to listen to more. Oh, I need to change something. Mason with the nice friendly reminder. Roster should be updated. Always have to check it, 'cause I messed up my first game against Boise State. I didn't check, and I didn't have my starters there. We're gonna experiment with the game with Gavin at starting running back. And see if that makes a change. I need to get him more touches. I'll make sure Williams get his touches too. But I would like to make sure by default Gavin touches the ball a bit more. It's a little more explosive. Because Williams has had some big runs and it just makes me laugh. Like I see him in the open field and in the back of my head, like, man, if that was Sawchuck, that's a touchdown. Makes me sad. I have my pick queued, so just waiting. I'm gonna take Nico Collins. I expect him to have a big season, especially staying healthy. No. Okay, I'm picking that because that's annoying. Alright, we gotta turn the sound down. Or off. That works. I just have to pay attention. Actually kind of scared me. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm not the home team. I forgot. He's the home team. I'm being dumb. I am not home. Trying to steal a home game. I would never do that, by the way. David, meet David. Hello. All right. Loading it right now. Gotcha. All right. You're home. I don't know why I was seeing an invite. You're home. So you don't get to enjoy our nice, lovely HFA, which definitely did matter against Pittsburgh. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, against Pittsburgh, I was coming out, pumping up the crowd from the huddle. Like, before, like, just switching to a defensive lineman, pumping up the crowd. Just looking back at the game, there was times that he was trying to adjust something before the defense or offense was even set. So it definitely played an impact. I'm very grateful. If we would have played that game in Pittsburgh, whew, defense was already a struggle anyway. It would have been a lot rougher. Such a weird game to be a part of. Thank you. Feel like I'm paying attention, but I'm also not paying attention at the same time. Yeah, I should just keep it up on the screen. I was trying to look at something else for the NDL. Because after this game is over, I'm going to my parents' house and eating dinner. With my parents and my godfather, he leaves tomorrow. But I already told you guys tomorrow is going to be a really busy day, so I won't be on stream at all. So I'll be back Thursday night. Also go to work Thursday. I'm worried about that pick. I'm worried about picking running backs in general. The only one that I really wanted was, for sure, James Cook. What's up, Vic? Podcast, bro. I'm still mad at Bucky for fumbling against the Falcons in that first game, though. If he wouldn't have fumbled, we would have won that game. We would have been able to run out the clock. I was so mad. That's the game where Cousins threw for 500 yards. And everybody was, you know, super high on the Falcons. Like, props to the Falcons. But people act like we still suck. Had a compromised defense for the last couple of years. If our defense stays healthy, I like our chances in this division. We've improved on both sides of the ball.
The Stanford Cardinal. Free A Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week.
All right, kicking it off.
And the Noles will put total leather and we'll get started.
Yep. Because just think, when Godwin gets healthy, you have him. Like, you have all three of those receivers, Evans and Godwin, as well. All can play in the slot, all can play in the outside.
Looking for a crease. It's Ford.
As an offensive play call, yeah, McMillan too. Auden isn't exactly, you know, super great or anything, but still. You just have so many options on offense.
Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect. And he stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and
Thanks,
runs to
David.
the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
I said I'm paying attention, but I'm, not paying attention at the same time.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. He'll do it himself on the draw.
Yeah.
He's going to
Yeah.
lose a yard on that one.
Jackson.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his butt on the ground.
Stanford lines up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter.
Holmes had a hot game against Pitt. Will we do this one?
Catch is made at the 15. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23.
Forgot. Quick block. Trying to figure out who to pick.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Give to the running back. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8
That
on
guy's
2nd
dropping
down.
into coverage for sure.
To the air, it's Castellanos.
Or not.
Snagged out of the air. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
I thought for sure that guy was dropping.
My matchup. Get the ball to my guy so he can do something with it after the catch. When you put it on his body, he can catch it and then break a tackle and make a play happen like he did just there.
He'll loft one deep down the left side.
Get that nut, squirrel. Let's go.
Touchdown, Knowles. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is
He's starting to
huge,
come
and also
alive
the
in this
anticipation,
offense.
the timing. To be able to
He had
throw the
he had a
football,
really
Jesse,
quiet
and hit the guy
first
in
block and a
stride
half,
so he
and
can
he's
get
just
run
been
after the
hitting
catch
big
and
plays
get in
ever
the end
since.
zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he makes the extra point. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he surges up to the 36-yard
Like his own
line,
guy
and they'll
tackled
move
him.
the chain.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let him go to work.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
That's a really nice
Famous
play.
has
It's impressive.
Baker, of
Once
course he
first
does.
down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Of course he does.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
I can't believe they held on to that.
Slants against man, that wide receiver has to win right now at the line of scrimmage against that DB playing man coverage. Quarterback timing with the wide receiver, put it on the money. Wide receiver's probably still going to get hit too and got to hold on to that thing.
Stanford at the line, needing to convert on 3rd and short. He's not going to make it.
The fact that he even got back to the line of scrimmage is kind of wild there.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knows
Because we had him, and he still pushed through for over a yard. We had him easily back at the 43, like 42 and a half. And he pushed all the way to the 44. He's not going to get the first. But it's close.
The kick is on its way.
Not gonna lie, I thought he was going to fake it.
He came so close to pinning them deep, but maybe just a little too greedy. Tried to get it too close, and it'll come out to the 20.
Because you can't go for it there, but you can fake it. I thought we'd see the fake.
They'll
All right.
snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive.
All right, crowd pumped up. Get some motion, take that linebacker out.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Let's.
Looking
No
for a
blitz.
man. It's Castellanos. Catch in the middle. It's Pittman. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
All right, no, my pick's up.
Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
The Noles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the tailback. There he goes.
That's part of the reason why we got Gavin in there. The speed. Let's go.
Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown.
Our breakaway speed. Williams is strong, but Gavin has that extra gear that he doesn't have.
Guys like that, he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
Getting set for the point after.
I'll wait a little bit to kicks. I know he's picking right now. My pick.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it's finished off with that thrilling 56-yarder for the score.
All right.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Williams. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41
Good
with
play
the
call.
first down.
Now
nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And he held on to that.
Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Damn.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They'd hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10.
That was one of those plays, no matter what you did, it was blown up.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Branson. Got it behind the line, it's Ford. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there, but we're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
On the move.
Expected the QB blast. The thing that sucks is it's 6-on-5. I called the blitz up the middle. And I run committed up the middle, and he still easily got it. Like, I predicted what was coming and called it for that reason, and it didn't work. Pain. Those are the plays that make you mad. Like, I predicted what was coming and called that defense for that reason. Blitzed both holes I thought he would run through and try to help myself out with the run committee, so it just walks easily for the 1st down. Pain.
So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. 42 spot. Looking for room.
That should be blown up.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you could tell they got in there so quick, the offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with them. Nice job getting the tackle for a loss.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Looking downfield, it's Branson.
Bam. I was just awkwardly. I read the route. If he would have waited on the 2nd one, it would have been open because I was just trying to jump the 1st route. But my aim going for the ball was a little off, unfortunately. But that's a pick 6 if I pick it off. That's on me. Recall here.
Stanford looking to convert this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down.
There we go.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver.
That's a big one.
The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
First order of business, get out of this.
Well, somebody switch it back.
Starts at their own 7-yard line. The give is to Williams. Runs into a wall. They'll give him one out to the 8.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But
Who
if
they
they
give
start
me?
to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Michael Pittman Jr., Carson Wentz, sorry, Daniel Jones.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle. It's McCoy. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
These wide receivers are so athletic out wide now. You're so worried about getting beat deep. And these slant routes, they can be a good changeup. I mean, just a couple steps, stick your foot in the ground, come inside. It might not be huge gains all the time, but man, it keeps that DB off balance.
The Seminoles are at the line looking
Well,
to
he
convert
blitzed.
on 3rd
He
and
hasn't
short.
blitzed much in this game.
To the air. It's Castellanos. Gets it to him on the screen. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
What the
it's
heck?
great defense. It's
Damn
defense
meter.
understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense.
So they
understanding
showed
the
that it
situation.
was full, and then it
That's a
just
perfect
went down
example
the
of
half.
settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. And it falls in
Bad
complete.
defense.
But it could have been much,
I got
much
stuck in the
worse.
wrong
The defender
defense,
was
too.
right there.
It just looks to me like the
Like,
offense
whoops.
is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
With the catch, it's Ford. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Passing game very effective on 2nd down. What about here on 3rd? From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. Oh, he's got some space. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Leaves it with the running back. Headed to the end zone.
Big hit.
It's covering it up and not letting
Let's
the offense
go.
get it back. It's a turnover.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball
That's a
over,
big
that
one.
kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
They are backed up. Defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance.
Forgot
to
about
call for
that.
the false start.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Quarterback making checks.
Is he gonna blitz? That's the question. No blitz.
Standing in his own end zone looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Big play.
The pull and throw off the arc.
White.
Across the 25, he's got room. It's a seam wide open. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to
That's a
get him to
big
the
one.
ground quickly.
Tell you, White is definitely starting to show up now. I have to try to find ways to get him the ball a little bit easier,
They just did that with a huge
but it's
play,
definitely
and
an
now they've got
improvement
it
from
first
block
and 10
one.
in plus territory. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Castellanos. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
All right, auto pick. We got 2.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8.
Give me a minute to think about it.
From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man, it's Pittman. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break.
In most cases, I would kick it.
They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Has to get there to move the sticks. They make the stop, but he'll have enough
And I
yards for a 1st down.
ultimately may on this drive.
That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going
But I want to make sure that I do the best I can to score.
And that running back, he wanted the ball too. You could see there right after the 3rd down play, looking at his sideline saying, give me the ball. I want to go get this. I'm going to make a play for my team. And he comes through big time.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10.
Okay, my last pick.
Using his feet. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Try to do something different. That didn't work. That was a terrible play call.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. Pulls it in, it's Robinson. Didn't pick up a
Oh, it's terrible
throw.
throw.
Forward just a few. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. The give is to Williams. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, he'll throw it. Nowhere close on that one as he
Damn, he would have been open too.
trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And I like where the quarterback got because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
Looking for a man. It's Castellanos. Can't make the connection on third down.
Almost glad better off that he dropped the ball.
And now it's fourth down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. A relatively short field goal try from 26 yards out.
Pick up, kick a 3-score game.
The uprights, it's good. And that lead
That keeps me where I'm not off center.
So they get the field goal, now about to kick
Being
it
on the
away to
stupid
get a stop
hash.
here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things.
Week 2.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
I'm really high on Nico and Cook this year. We'll see if they live up to that. But I'm really high on both of them.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half.
Watch quads.
Looking downfield on first down. Looking deep down the right side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Man, these defenders practice this all week long. It's locating the football with your eyes. Great job being in position. But also,
defense.
how about getting your head around and locating the ball in the air so you can go up, pick it off for the defense?
I think we get the ball at the half.
The hand to the running back. Still on his feet at the 35. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
I think I get the ball at the half. And see if I can just get close enough with another run. Maybe 2. And just get me an opportunity to take a shot at the end zone. But he's going to have to play the deep ball.
They'll give it to him again.
We'll call it there. I'm not going to take an extra chance. Nothing came of it. We're good. Let's go to the second half.
Stay tuned for the halftime break.
Much better defensively than we look against Pitt. That's for sure.
They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Man,
all right.
How about that? You come out of the locker room, you just had a little bit of a break, you rested, you told your club we're going to come out, and now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside even though we're
I'm going to assume that was the same thing as last time against Pitt, rushing to call a kick and the default being onside, which is so dumb. Actually, that time, since I'm winning, I tried to call a timeout. Couldn't get the timeout in.
They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Keeps keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. And the
Dang.
quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to
Run a
hold on to the
screen.
ball a bit longer. And
We
you're asking
concede this
offensive
drive.
tackle
Let's
to
just
hold
run a
fast for a
screen
bit longer. Against
and
this
see if we
athletic front
can
seven on
just pick up
defense,
a
it's gonna
couple of
be tough.
yards.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort.
Oh,
The screen, he can go. Brought down at the 30.
I could have just kept going up
This defense denies them on 3rd
and
down.
took an opportunity to maybe to get a
You gotta
field
love
goal.
that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do
That
you
sack
prevent
hurt.
the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch, you gave up the completion, what do? You set up 4th and long, you're gonna get the ball back, go get some water and celebrate.
That's better.
They punted away on 4th down. They call it
At
a
the
coffin
2.
corner kick
Let's
for a
go.
reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. From his end zone, needs to be careful here. Finds the tight end. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Darn. I tried to bring the blitz to get there sooner. Couldn't get in quick enough.
Credit too for the location of the throw because he put it out in front of his big man. He was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Makes the catch. It's 4. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted.
Big pig. Let's go. Joseph.
That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, please bring it back. Bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you got to throw the ball with conviction.
All right, offense, come on. Let's get a drive going here.
Throw it harder. Oftentimes, you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now, you try to take something off. You're trying to throw the perfect spiral and cut the wind, and your accuracy goes down, and that was an example there. Errant throw on the interception.
They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Number 3.
Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Catch in the middle, it's White. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
And the Seminoles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Running back searching for a hole.
Gavin.
Turns it on at midfield. Breaks into the open. Touchdown Seminoles. And the beatdown has ensued.
All right.
Huge play. It's so nice
2
to have
big
guys
runs
that
by
can create
Gavin.
These explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Richardson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Give to the back.
All right, please, someone touch him.
Nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to
Because if
change your
not,
thought
that's a busted
process.
play. Like, he was going to run for a lot of yards. I didn't have
But I think what
anyone
the
close
coaching
by.
staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. And the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every day. I
That
love the offense sticking to the run.
should
Nice
have
job getting the first
been
down.
nothing there.
They can
Defensive
rely on
end,
this
you got to
guy
keep
pick up
pressing out.
solid
I'm not
yardage
sure
when
why
they
you
need
dipped
it, and
in.
he's out
Once
to
you
the
dipped in, that
43.
gave it up.
And I tell you what, no secret on this drive. This offense, they're not trying to maintain balance. They're trying to line up and just dot you right in the eyes. 4 straight runs, get the first down.
Over pursued. That's on me.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And a nice crisp run, great job. Maybe expecting pass, on second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Power football with the run. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, good job by this defense.
What are you doing?
I think we got a little bit sloppy on that route. You need more separation if you're going to give your quarterback a better target trying to complete that in throw.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Fires to the big fella. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza.
See if the tackle works.
The play action fake. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Using the quick game. Oh, the offense looking to fall on that loose football.
Yeah, the receivers got to do a better job in ball security there with all those defenders trying to rip it free. And this offense is lucky they were able to jump on it to keep possession.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's
Damn
still
it.
going.
I can only pick up one side of the field.
Take the wind out of a
Good read.
defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. 4th down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
QB draw. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. It's first and goal as Stanford comes to the line. To throw, it's Branson. And he got smacked just
He would have been open too. Like, I didn't know who to go after on that one.
Finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that
Thinking it was going to be an hour
because
out.
of the pressure, it affected
That's
his accuracy.
wrong.
That's why the
Wide
ball
open.
falls incomplete.
Can the D deny them on second and goal?
Oh, we're just playing the run.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the
And
goal line.
even with all the extra guys up front, not enough. Try to go 4-3 to help with the defensive line, doesn't matter.
And this offense finally gets something together and gets on the scoreboard. It's not over yet, but this is a good sign, man. They got the positive momentum. See if they can build on this, even though we're in the fourth quarter.
And after the extra point, they're now down 24-7. So that was a lengthy 17-play drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Holmes.
Oh,
Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even,
man.
bringing it out of the end zone.
One away.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Offense changing the play. Motion from the wideout.
Not changing anything. Just want to hike the ball.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. Turning it on.
Wow.
He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Knowles. And the stomping has commenced.
Man, this guy is such a
Like,
weapon
basically, I got
because he's so
200
dangerous.
yards
He
out of
gets
both
into
my
the
running
second
backs.
level, great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels.
Hopefully, we can get this, maybe not like this, but hopefully some kind of a run game going against Miami.
No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown.
We'll figure out the passing. Let's get the run game going. Start there. Oh boy, the next couple of games will be rough. Miami, but it's at home. Then, oh, Hefe, I believe, and Wake Forest are in the next block.
This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, the running back has it. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Stanford with a lot of options here on second and short. Now the toss. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. Back to throw. It's Branson. Gets it out fast. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And I love the angle route, whether it's man or zone. If you throw it with timing and you wait for it to develop, most of the time it's going to come open. Great job by the quarterback seeing it, hitting the running back.
For the most part, he's just running the ball.
Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
Tackle.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back. The next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
And just
What's there?
wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee.
And that will do it. So from 1-2 to 4-2. Hmm. So that's gonna get nuked on Twitch. We'll go ahead and drop the audio because of the drums. Only can turn them off. Yeah, the fumble was rough. I'm surprised I got it. I've had better luck in terms of, if a fumble's 50-50, I've had better luck recovering fumbles on offense as opposed to recovering them on defense, even if I have numbers. For whatever reason, we just do better with that, is what it is. GG's. Those deep balls definitely had me nervous because you can't help but be nervous on this game on one-on-one deep. One of them was hugely overthrown, so I knew all I could do was just try to catch that one. But the other one had me nervous. Like if you don't catch this, he's probably going to get a touchdown. I know the feeling. I saw Williams fumble one against South Carolina, like picked up a big fourth down and got pumped up, and then the very next play fumble. Like those hit sticks. Not sure if I would have scored on that drive, but definitely won't score if you don't have the ball. And we were 1 of 5 on third down. But turnovers. That'd be the one. Well, since I'm here, since I know I'm going to be gone here in the next 10 minutes, let me just put my stats in now. So I can come home and go to sleep before work. Man, Rutgers is having it rough. Rough. Which one is player stats? That's game stats. All right. Well, since we're at the bottom, start with stuff down here. Time of possession. Right. Another penalty backed up inside my 10-yard line. Apparently, we like to do that now. Not sure why, but it is what it is. Then us, total yards 469, kick return yards 39, punt return 8. Ran into my own guy. Red zone 1. 2-point conversions, both successful on fourth down. Getting my first fourth down converts of the season. Hopefully not. We'll have to see if we get roster updates and if there's anything that helps you, not just with your team, but taking away from other teams. I don't know what the time frame is on updates. They lost. Well, that definitely doesn't help. That's how I felt last year's game with New Mexico. Like I'm rolling with New Mexico. Like, okay, this defense is bad, but I figured out some things that I could work with. And then when they updated the roster, like their defense was terrible. They dropped from I think it was a 70 down to a 66. One of the starters who was an impact player got nerfed, and like that defense was hell to work with. The craziest thing about that was the game against the end of the season with San Diego State. It ended up being I think 10-7, complete defensive game. Neither one of us expected that. Like this is insane. Our offenses have been cooking all season, and we're fighting to get first down. Absolute craziness. Fighting to get first down. Like you got a first down, you felt great about yourself. That's what that game was. Never been a part of a game like that probably since maybe the PS2 Dreamcast gen. It's been a while. I feel like since we've gone to PS3, things tend to be more offensive. See Stanford. I was curious. I was looking at the roster earlier. I'm like, huh, he's using Ben. I wonder why. I assume it's because of his throwing. I know there's not like a significant guy in terms of speed that you could run with, but I was surprised that you were using him. Hopefully someone will like kind of step up. Yeah, because I'm like, all right, we're just gonna run the ball. I took Gavin out the game, and then he just is off to the races. I'm like, okay. As I watch one of your guys legitimately just turn and watch him run and do nothing. Like, right then. I don't think I could have did anything on that sack. All right, switch over to FSU. Damn, Tommy, they got 2 incompletions last game. Efficient. Hopefully it stays that way. 12 for 50. Buck 85. 1 touchdown. No picks. My favorite stat. Hopefully this website doesn't crash while I'm trying to do it. I know homie's been working on stuff behind the scenes today. 5. He said he get an update, so trying to get this in before. Gavin with 220 plus, Williams with 1, which is just basically that play. Fumble, no broken tackle. That's depressing. But we don't really break tackles. I feel like a lot of my big runs have been like we have to make a move in the backfield or as we get to the second level to get space to run, or it's just been good blocking. like good play design based on what the defense is. Like it's just, hey, this was the right play call in this situation. Maybe you make a move here, but for the most part, it's just been they block well. I haven't really had broken tackles. It'd kind of be nice to get some, especially after I just played South Carolina, where his running back was pretty much breaking a tackle on every play in the first half. I'm like, bro, what are we gonna do? Like face on was just breaking a tackle every play. Like, all right, and my dad's calling. I have to wait. Hopefully he's not watching. Like, you ignored my call. Like, I'm trying to put these stats in real quick. I promise I'm coming over. I said I would come over. Told my mom I'd come over after this game. I'll have to look. I know that Joseph had one, which I'm really glad he did because both of my corners are good. Wilson is better, but Wilson has pretty much played like cheek so far. I feel like he's been a liability. I look for him to do stuff because he's an impact guy, and he's dropping interceptions. He's out of position at times in zone coverage. Like why? Like he's following a guy that he should have. Like if the route's already been passed off, you don't have any reason to keep going across, and he does. Been driving me nuts. Like it's been a struggle with him. I thought about flipping sides, but like what difference does it make? Wherever he's at, he's been getting cooked. So I'm hoping against Miami, with it being a rivalry game, that maybe he can make an impactful play, and then like that'll get his season going. But for the most part, it's kind of sucked. Which sucks because it's hard to play defense on this game. So I would like to have a guy that I can rely on. Because who I had last year was lights out. Like dude was legitimately bumping guys off the ball. You talk about press or jammer, he legitimately was driving guys completely off their route where you couldn't throw the ball because there was no way that he would be where he's supposed to be. This guy, eh, just eh. Good, Tiger. How you doing? Let's see. Let me put in the other stats first because I know that takes so long as Weinberg. I'm doing good, Mr. Tiger or Tiger. Hopefully you're doing well. Just getting this game in against David. And it's the first time you would think at some point, you would think sometimes with people that are in stream, we would scrimmage at some point, but we have not. I do hope though, David, that your season finishes out well. Because I didn't get to see your game against Rope, but he's one of the better users, like I'd say top 20, maybe top 10, 15% users in the league, and then top 10 easily defensively. It's a headache playing against him. You saw how the game against Bama was one of those games where, man, like he did everything right and lost. Dictated pace, made big plays, impactful as a user, like all the things that you would need in an upset, he did, and he still lost. It was depressing to see. So for you to lose to him by just a touchdown, and then it coming down to the last, you're inside the red zone, man, that's tough. You're doing good, nice. I'll be doing really good here in a minute because we go to my parents' house and eat. We're having, I don't even know what it is, but it's something cooked in mushroom sauce, and it's a little spicy, and it's supposed to be good. So I'm excited. One, I'm trying something new. I'm always excited for that. Jones. Sometimes I hate doing this because it takes so long. Hey, Wilson tackles well. So he does that, but he has yet to make a single impactful play defensively. And that is a little bit of a problem. I know people tend to throw in the slot more, but still, I try to move him around a little bit, not where he's always just playing on the outside, push him towards the middle of the field, maybe even blitz him here and there. He just hasn't been able to make any real impactful play, tackles well. So I'll give him that. But outside of that, I feel like he's just been there. And just being there kind of sucks because, there's some really good offensive coaches in this league. If you got a chance to make a play, you want it made. Power back. I don't know how some guys are able to just run like 20 plus carries. I don't know if it's just me or maybe I don't have an impact running back, so I don't really notice. But even against Pitt with Williams, I had to be selective of how I used him late in the game because of how many times he got the ball, which is on me to some extent because I couldn't use Gavin more. Probably the fewest amount of touches Gavin's had in the game. But I try to keep them balanced. And then in pass situations, for pass protection, I try to keep one of them out so they can one get a breather and two, um, let someone fresh come in the game, even if it's a run. Like I don't care. I've run with Singleton, I've run with Davis. Just let those guys get a little bit of a break. But some guys I watch that they run them into the ground and they are still just chugging along. Like dang, jealous. I think I had that once last year with um Hughes with Tulane against Pat. And it's like, man, I want to take him out the game so bad, but the backup running back had fumbleitis. Like, this is too big of a game. I'll just be selective of the runs that I use and, you know, hope for the best. That was the plan at that point. I'm like, I still need to get it home, but I need him to stay on the field just for the threat of a run. Jackson had a solid game. 5 tackles, tackle for loss. He doesn't do that very often. He's been kind of quiet too. Both my impact guys have been quiet. Feel like you don't see too many people pound up the middle though. So Jackson doesn't have the ability to do it as much. I thought he might have a better game, maybe get a sack with your offensive line, but they did a pretty good job of protecting in pass situations. So at times I try to blitz up the middle to force him in one-on-one or to maybe get the after effect of someone being open or rush free because he's getting double teamed. They did a pretty good job of taking him away. I think Conrad was the one that had the forced fumble too. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I was really surprised to see your offensive line block because there was times I'm like, we'll run zero coverage, just man to man across the board, even in 5 wide, because I'm bringing six. That offensive line, someone should get home, and you had ample time to find someone. I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to stop doing this. I'm gonna get burned on a deep ball because they were just locking us up. Like, okay, that definitely caught me by surprise. I will say that definitely caught me by surprise because I wasn't expecting that. And we didn't have a ton of tackle, I mean some, but not a ton of tackle for losses. At least not meaningful ones early on in the game. Pretty much you're able to dig out yards when you needed to. Kirkland with a deflection. You at? You should be near the top. You're always up there in tackles. Wilson with a deflection, but he tackled well on this game. A fumble, 2 hit sticks. I'm surprised I recovered the second one. The first one with Brown, just like it's he has the blow up, I was going to try make if I'm ever controlling him on defense, I'm gonna try to hit stick. But that was a huge momentum shift because it was 14-0, and you're looking at, hey, potentially going in and cutting it to 7 before the half. Then I have to be careful to make sure not to turn the ball over because a lot of people turn the ball over, to start out the half or sorry, to start the half to end the half like clockwork because we just can't resist the need for points. All right, everything is entered. It's fine. It's like it happened against Virginia too. It's late in the game, and I'm just running the ball to run out the clock, and then it's just a big play. And as it's happening, like, should I fall down? What should I do? I'm not trying to play action and throw a deep cross for an 80-yard touchdown. Like we're not gonna like I put in the backup. I just don't want to pass. I'm not obviously not gonna pass the ball anymore. Just keep everything on the ground and let the clock run. I'm definitely not trying to be a dick. I think that please website, please work. Because I just did all the stats for nothing if that's the case. Regardless, I have the stream video to look at. It's there. Gotcha. Fair enough. Probably next time just run up the middle. I just run a basic play up the middle because it's almost impossible with all of those big bodies up front just staying between the tackles for something like that to happen. Oh, a lesson learned. I'll see you in stream, dude. Let me give my dad a call to let him know I'm coming over, and then we can chat on Discord later in the week if you want to about NDL stuff or about the game in general. You run commit to the right. Ah, I'm like I was gonna run it to the left.